about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the Crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. If this is your first time checking us out, we appreciate you making us a part of your Saturday morning. Yeah. It's warm inside of the W Show studio, but we are much warmer than the College Game Day crew in Montana.
Yeah, definitely. They're all bundled up. Looks like layers. I had on layers yesterday at the KCK tree lighting.
How was that?
That was cool.
Was it?
Yeah,
nice.
Good.
Nice. It was cold yesterday too, like what, 23 degrees or something?
20-something.
Too cold.
Sheesh.
It was hard to stand outside more than 5 minutes.
Do you guys wear jackets or coats or what? Y'all bundle up?
Oh, I'm bundling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big facts.
All right. Yeah, because I had a conversation with some people and they don't understand. It's like, can you be cold? Can you catch a cold by just being cold? Or is it germs that's in the air? Like if you don't wear a coat, can you catch a cold?
I mean, nurses have always said it's germs, but
that's what I think. It's just germs.
I mean, I don't know if I don't know if cold really can get you sick, but I would. I mean, you can get hypothermia. So
true, very true.
I'm not taking my chances.
Yeah, not me. My mother raised me right.
They must not have ever heard. Quit trying to look cute and put some clothes on.
Right. How was y'all's week? Good.
It was good. It was good. It went by fast.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yeah.
What's y'all go-to meal on Thanksgiving? Like if there's one thing that you got to have on Thanksgiving, what is it?
I mean, it's always mac and cheese.
Okay.
Yams.
All right. Cool. Turkey for me. Gotta have turkey.
Turkey. I'm a ham person instead.
No, thank you. All right, we got a lot to talk about today on the show. So the Royals, they confirmed the new stadium plans. So we'll dive into that. And New York Yankees star Aaron Judge, he won the AL MVP award after his historic 62 home run season. And a local story, Casey Barstow High School, they canceled their girls basketball season this year, and they're trying to block a player from transferring. We'll dive into that a little bit later. And Denver Broncos Aaron Patrick, he's suing the NFL, the ESPN, the Rams, Chargers over his ACL tear that he suffered during a game. We'll see how far it gets with that. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll have our sneakers of the week during our Hate It or Love It segment. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
I feel like we've talked about this one for a while now, but the Kansas City Royals are finally confirming new stadium plans. Steve, your thoughts?
I mean, we've known, like you said, we talked about it for a while, but we've known that it's going to happen, right? Like this downtown ballpark, no matter whether it's 18th and Vine, if it's down off 9th Street, I'm thinking it'll be possibly off of like right off of Truman Road and Paseo area. I think that's where they're going to go with it. But yeah, I mean it's interesting because it was questioned. Okay, well, who's going to pay for this? Like that's the number one question always when it comes to stadiums. At least here in Kansas City, it's like who's going to pay the John Sherman in his letter that he penned, to Royals fans and to the city. It's like I'm putting y'all on notice that. We've been talking about it. Well, now it's coming. We're moving this stadium, whether it's downtown or whatever. But now I want a $2 billion stadium. I want to have a district, basically, like something we talked about it this week. Ballpark Village, possibly, that's in St. Louis, something like that, where we have the high rises, apartment buildings around. So I don't know where in the city you could possibly put that. Like I said, if it's in that area where I was talking about just a couple minutes ago, there's no place for high rises in that area, at least right now, unless you just demolish everything, buy everyone out. But who's going to pay the $2 billion ticket? Like, how much is John Sherman willing to come up with? And if it's similar to how other cities do it, the city foots 90% of the bill, and John Sherman will come up with a couple hundred million. It's like, oh, here y'all go, have fun. So I don't know what y'all think, but I'm here for it. I want a downtown ballpark, but at the end of the day, who's gonna pay for it? I don't live in Jackson County, so I mean, it's not my worry. But I do spend my money in Jackson County. And if you guys can remember, when the Sprint Center first came, there was this arena fee. Arena tax. You look on your receipt in that detail. A lot of people don't even look at their receipt. They just toss them. But you look on your receipt, you go downtown, you buy anything at the grocery store, Costantino's, you go have a drink out in the town with your friends. You're going to look on that receipt and you're going to see a little arena fee. And I can't remember what the percentage was, but there was also like a little added percentage in that as well. And we're still paying for the Sprint Center arena fee.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm the same with you that I want a downtown stadium, especially with how lively downtown is starting to get.
Oh, of course.
And especially outside of power and light. But again, who pays for it? Like who pays in displacement? And that's the tough thing. It's not like, the Royals owner is coming in here looking for some sort of housing equity or anything. I mean, he's really just come in and trying to grab real estate and grab some land. And I get it, because you want your business to make money, but I mean, he can't even put a winning product on the field. Yeah. And that's the issue I have. Like, I could see if they were similar to the Chiefs as far as like, their win percentage each year and making the playoffs and, having a not necessarily a rabid fan base, but a avid fan base. And they don't have any of that. And that's the tough thing about getting a new stadium, because it's like the city will pay for this new stadium, but then you're going to win 12 games per year out of, how many, what is it, 108 games in Major League Baseball, something like that. So why would we pay you to win less than 10% of your games? And that's another thing that I hate about it. Because it's you want a winning team. Like, if you're going to get this $2 billion stadium downtown, like, I want to see some playoffs happen. But then again, I mean, playoffs happen, and is he expecting to have a dome? Like,
I mean, he said, so in his letter that he penned to fans and just the public in general, he said, going forward with the process will result in the largest public-private development project in Kansas City history, expected to be a $2 billion investment as currently envisioned. Construction of this new ballpark district could create 20,000 jobs, 1.4 billion labor income, and an estimated 2.8 billion in total economic output, as well as a spur and additional adjacent investment.
And I wonder if those jobs are livable wage jobs, or if this is jobs that he could pay under, almost minimum wage to. It's a lot of factors that go into it. I hate it because it doesn't sound sincere at all. It just sounds like, hey, give me money.
And get this, the thing that he tried to slide in there at the end of the letter was underpinning all of our planning are two guiding principles. First, we would like not to ask Jackson County citizens to contribute any more tax dollars than you already do today. Second, we want to take the steps together with your input engagement as a community. So he's saying we feel like you're not going to have to pay anything. But once the rubber meets the road.
Exactly.
Where's the money going? I'd like to hear from him. Like, are you willing to put, where's the money? Where are you anticipating this money coming from? are you writing the checks? Are you going to Jerry Jones this thing? Or are you like, where do you anticipate this money? Because if you don't get the money from private investors, from whoever you think who's going to end up paying for it once, you start breaking ground on this stadium.
Yeah. And even in the first part that you read, it said it was the biggest public and private. Like, yeah, you're trying to take tax dollars. Like, don't put all this like colorful language in there.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate about something like this. Like, it's putting the city on notice, but it's really just a bunch of fabulous lies. And I hate it.
Do you think that that's the push that the Royals need, though, to break through?
No.
Because we talk about new energy, new wave.
No.
I think you should. So winning organizations, they spend money on their players. The Royals 2014, 2015, they developed the young guys and they just, luck of the draw. The players that they had were talented and they were able to keep them. But once, they demanded some real money, that's when I guess it was David Glass. It wasn't John Sherman that owned the team at that time. And David Glass just didn't want to play. And no credit to John Sherman, but like the Glass family they were cheapskates, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we really haven't seen John Sherman's, how deep his pocketbook is, like what he's willing to do to keep a good player.
Yeah.
So I think it was just kind of some bad decisions made on the Royals' behalf. Paying some hometown friendly deals, and then letting, the Lorenzo Canes go test the market, letting Eric Osmer go. Dyson stayed around a little bit longer, but you can't let those hometown products go.
Yeah, no, and they definitely built that nucleus of a team, but you would think at some point they would grab, and not really a big name player, but somebody that can produce, someone that has name recognition. Like, which one of these Royals players can walk around the street and people go crazy? Like, that's not, you're not giving us that. And I think that's the tough thing about baseball, just not being cool. And then we have a city that's really shifting towards soccer.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the stadium is going to be a waste of money, especially over a 10 to 20 year period. And it's really just going to be a glorified event space.
Yeah. And if you're going to have a $2 billion stadium, I feel like that's what it's going to end up being too. You're going to have, but it's going to be able to bring in more. And we talk about it like the Casey Curran Stadium. You're going to have a different kind of event venue, but if you're building a $2 billion deal, why wouldn't you put a roof over it?
Yeah.
I mean, something that kind of similar to what the Houston Astros have, similar to the Miami Marlins. They have a dome, something that's retractable, something that's cool, innovative, concert venue, something dope.
It could be, and I don't know if we see that. I think we're gonna get the same open stadium look. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna hate it top to bottom. And I mean, you'll love to see a new stadium, because I mean, look at SoFi.
Yeah,
like SoFi was really,
and that's $2 billion.
Exactly.
But the renderings don't show a dome. The renderings show an open air stadium with. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. So you mean to tell me within the next 10 to 15 years we can expect 2 stadiums that are costing over $1 billion? Because if the Royals move, I would imagine that the Chiefs would tear down Kauffman, and then, or the city would tear down Kauffman, which that's going to cost some money because the city owns that land out there. But once they do that, then the Chiefs are able to build right next to the stadium, and their stadium isn't going to be cheap. No, I would say somewhere upper $2-3 billion.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you see the Chiefs are willing to build a franchise, and they definitely have over the last 10 seasons. But the Royals had that flash in the pan, and then it was done. Yeah. And why do we need a new stadium to come watch y'all lose every week?
Now, New York Yankees star Aaron Judge wins AL MVP award after his historic 62 home run season. Cute.
I mean, that's big, and I feel like he's only going to get bigger. We've seen his ascension now. Over 4 years now?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see that star burning out.
Yeah, I agree. The interesting thing about it is he didn't sign a long-term extension last year. So this year he was willing to bet on himself, and go forth and conquer. And he did everything that he set out to do. Being, to me, one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah,
of course, the best player in the American League. And so now I feel like, Yankees, you had your chance. Now he's gonna go to the highest bidder. And to me, and I was looking at some of the estimated, people like to put out the estimations on what they feel like he's worth or what he can get. I've seen upper 300 million, possibly 400 million. I think he's going to break the bank, which he should. I mean, because the Yankees had an opportunity to come correct with the money side of it, and they didn't. They didn't do it, and he goes out there and hits 62 home runs, now wins AL player. So, I mean, that means he's the best player in the American League. So you're going to have to pay him like the best player. And I don't know what the number is on who's the best player in the American League. The largest contract, we'll have to look that up. But 400 million sounds about right to me.
Yeah, it's up there too.
Yeah.
Now, Casey Barstow High School canceled girls basketball and blocks player from transferring. We had quite the conversation on this one this week. Steve?
Look, I understand it. I understand the reason that you want to try to block a player from leaving, if it's for athletic reasons, right? Like if it's if you have a team. Let's just say I'm a head coach at a school, at a high school. We have a thriving basketball team. I have a disgruntled player with disgruntled parents, and that player wants to transfer to another school who has a pretty good team, right? An advantage. It's a clear advantage. But they don't have a basketball team
at all.
If she's first of all, she's a black female, young black female. Second of all, we don't know her parents' economic status. I mean, we know that she goes to Barstow. We know that they're able to pay tuition. But as far as long term, this could possibly be her career. She could want to go to college, get a scholarship. We don't know if her parents are able to pay for her to go to school.
Right.
So this could be her only way out. And now they're taking that from her. And not only that, they pay tuition to go to. So she doesn't have to go there.
Exactly.
What's the school? What I don't know what area of the city her parents live in, but what if they just stop paying tuition? You gonna kick her out because they're not giving a discount because they're not offering basketball?
Right. And that sounds like the course of action right there. But it also sounds like Barstow needs that little tuition money.
You think? That's Barstow.
I don't think they're hurting. Not enough to hold one person back.
I don't know, but I know from their actions it seemed like they a little broke. And they need that little tuition money to keep coming in. They need those checks to keep happening. So yeah, I'm with that idea, because if it's about the kids and enriching the future of the kids, why? Yeah. And there's no why. I don't know if they put out a statement on why.
I haven't seen a statement
outside of, we're just following the rules. Don't give me that. You're a private school, so one, you definitely are cheating somewhere. And then I don't know. I hate it for the student athlete, because they're intentionally holding her back for no reason at all. And it could become a good story. She could transfer, go to a competitive team. Win a state championship, can go on and play. I mean, I don't know if she's good enough for D1, but go on to play in college, which again, she's furthering her education. It's nonsense. And
the option that they gave her was to play on the boys team,
which is just another.
I mean, Jazz, you played high school basketball. if your high school was like, hey, we're canceling our team, what would you do?
Obviously, I would be upset, and it'd be different if it was a matter of, oh, the program wasn't successful, or you had beef with the coach and you wanted to transfer. But when you're not even afforded the opportunity, like you don't even have the choice to, I don't see why. Like, again, what's holding you back? And especially, like, to me, that's even more of a slap in the face. Oh, you can play on the boys' team.
Yeah.
Like we just didn't even let women have an opportunity. We'll still have the boys' season, and you can still feed into the boys paying tuition, getting all the credit, all that type of stuff that the school is going to benefit off of. So why, if it's basically putting you in a situation to where it's, if you're not benefiting us, then I'm sorry. And it's like, I just can't get with it. And I would be very upset if that happened. And even in my public school situation, I know like that's the same way. You'd have to sit out a year if you transferred, but
that's if they had a team.
Yeah. To not even have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Sick.
And I want to say that private schools aren't governed by the same, standards as public. Your private school, like I said, she doesn't have to go there. So I mean, it's a tough one. I like to hopefully that she's able to come out on the right, because basketball season here. Like they've already started practice. So whatever school that she goes to, she's still going to be fighting from behind.
To the party.
Yeah. So, and as a junior, like she's not
the biggest recruiting year too.
Yeah. She's not a freshman. She's a junior in high school. So like you said, most schools are going to be looking at her like, all right, now they're going to have to find her, whatever school she's going to. Then second, it's like, all right, I'm another kid may already play the position of a school that I'm wanting to go to, or a school that I'm able to go to. Come on.
Yes, it's an uphill battle for her, and I hate it, especially at such a young age.
Yeah,
definitely. Justin Jefferson's Week 10 catch was amazing. The Pro Football Hall of Fame wants a piece of it. Let's see the play first.
It's alive! There's no way! We had a catch earlier this game by Stephon Diggs, one-handed going up. That has been
crazy catch. Did y'all see that catch?
Yeah. No, it was a really good catch. That kid is good. And didn't we sit with him last year?
We did.
Yeah.
Pull the clips, pull the tapes.
We should.
Yeah. Which is really interesting because Minnesota hasn't had, a consecutive good seasons. Like they went from being good to terrible last year to now they're at 8-1. Look, that NFC, they're pretty. There was that NFC East, I think. Minnesota.
No, they're
NFC North.
Yeah.
Well, they're look, the Minnesota. I had a couple of Minnesota fans. They hit me up. Was like, hey, you better have your eyes on Minnesota. We're coming. I'm like, I see now.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still Kirk Cousins. I think we forget that one part. Like,
Kirk Cousins on the plane with everybody's chain on, like doing that dance.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick did the same thing a couple of years ago too, and he was writing hate letters to Tom Brady after getting his job taken. So I mean, it's a broken clock is right at least twice a day, and that's fine. But it's Kirk Cousins, like he'll get pick happy pretty soon.
Okay.
Teams will start putting pressure on him, and that
okay. All right. I mean, they winning. Winning changes things, Q.
I'm sure it does, especially when it comes to the playoffs.
Okay. All right.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll discuss the report that the Broncos' Aaron Patrick is suing over an ACL tear. Keep it locked in. This is W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City!
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it, message us, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. Now, Denver Broncos Aaron Patrick sues NFL, ESPN, Rams, Chargers over ACL tear suffered during a game.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Yeah. I look, get your money from everybody because that's definitely lost wages. Well, I mean, and what ESPN has to do with it is I think it was their equipment that he ran into that injured him. So yeah, take all of their funds.
Yeah, and I don't know if, and I didn't want to put the video on there. Just it's first of all, it's graphic, but second of all, like the camera guys, I don't know if you guys see like the folks with ESPN or any Fox or whoever on the sidelines. You have the cord holder, and then they had a rug, like a runner that you'd have in your house. I don't think it was that actually, but it looked like that. But the cords were kind of up under it, and there was a guy that was holding the cords that was, wrapping the things up, and he kind of went to step. It was a fast play that went to the sideline. He went to kind of jump over the cord, and he ran. It's kind of weird though, and he just didn't want to knock the guy over, and he didn't want to step on the cord. So in turn, he ended up hurting himself.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, he probably seen the what was it, the Raiders player, that got suspended for pushing the camera guy.
Oh yeah,
here.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah. So now you're trying to avoid that whole situation, and you can't. I don't know. I mean, I would need to see it. I actually don't need to see it, but I hate it for him, but I hope that he gets a payday. And especially with an ACL tear, because
that alters his career.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed to come back from that. Yeah. And that's player safety out the window. Like, they can say that as much as they want, but I don't know. I mean, I hope they settle it out and don't have to go to court. Like, I hope they just give him a nice big bag and send him on his way.
Definitely. And you would never wish that on somebody during that career, but it almost feeds into the same topic that they've been talking about, the turf versus the grass field. So
true.
Feeding into that, I mean, what better time to throw this situation in the mix, you know?
And not only that, but you have all this technology nowadays. There should be wireless. Like, there's no reason that there is not other options of the each stadium having a plug-in, so that way there's no wires anywhere around on the turf or whatever. Everyone should just be able to plug in wherever that their cameras are around the stadium, and it just be kind of a universal thing. So, look, like you said, Q, get your money, because look, there's no guarantee that he's gonna be able to play again.
Yeah.
And as an athlete, could you imagine the frustration for something like that could have been avoided? They could have had, like you said, Bluetooth, whatever. Like, it didn't necessarily have to happen that way. So I couldn't imagine going through the rehab process with that frustration. Like, really.
And the tough thing about going wireless and Bluetooth is that it's a syndicated program.
Yeah. But there's enough money. The league's made enough money to figure it out.
No, I mean, you probably could figure it out, but it needs to be hardwired, especially when you're dealing with recording equipment.
Yeah.
And that, again, that's something that they should figure out. And these stadiums being very large event spaces, I think there could be like some plugins along the wall where you don't have to do so much. But again, I mean, they avoid it in basketball, so you should be able to avoid it in football.
But it takes the Paul George injury to have to move the goal back 6-7 inches, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember when Paul George stepped on the bottom of the goal. So this may be just the straw that broke the camel's back, right? Like, now the wiring, we've got to figure that out. So I don't know. The league has enough money to be able to have some engineers to figure this thing out.
No, they should. They're not going to pay for that because they make enough money for these guys banging their heads anyway.
Now, I'll definitely be tapping into this one. LeBron James helping produce Nipsey Hussle's documentary, says it's an incredible honor.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. We heard so many great things about Nipsey and the things that he did for his community in LA. And just a smart guy, business savvy guy that he was. I'm excited to see this. And to be honest, as much as I talk about, LeBron on a basketball court, like I always say that he's a smart business guy. He's put the right people around him, and none of his movies or docs have been trash.
Yeah.
Like, they've all been dope. So I think this is going to be yet another one that is going to be pretty good.
No, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it because, I mean, I think we talked about this Spring Hill Company when they first formed it some years back, and just even looking at, the body of work that they've had up to this point. I'm interested to see, and then I love it for Black Sam and for Lauren London, because that's another bag that they can go and use within their community. And really use as some resources to lift up not only that Crenshaw area but their family.
Yeah.
And I love it for them. And I'm anxious to see what it is. I mean, because Nipsey lived the life. I remember seeing videos of him and I'm like, dang, who's this little Snoop wannabe?
Yeah.
And for him to rise the way that he did, and the way he was about community, the way he was about participating in the ecosystem that can help that Crenshaw area, that story definitely needs to be told.
Absolutely. Odell Beckham Jr. sues Nike, claims company withheld millions in contract dispute, even revealed that Adidas, the Adidas deal that he was offered was worth up to $47 million, but Nike is withholding millions of dollars and inventing excuses not to pay him. Q.
Like what? Like, and I wonder if it's because he's been injured and he hasn't been on the field, and taking his time to represent the brand, Like, are they saying why they're withholding the money, or is this just his grievance right now?
They've just come up with different reasons not to pay him.
Yeah.
I think it could be portion that he's been injured. Like if you're not playing, we are paying you to have cleats on your feet. That's how we're making a lot of the money back.
I mean, so that can't really be a point, because then you would have female athletes that get pregnant.
That was a deal.
Because didn't we talk about that? Who was it?
Soccer.
No, it was with
soccer.
track and field.
Allison Felix.
Allison Felix.
Yeah.
That's exactly who it was, because they didn't pay her while she was pregnant or something like that.
Yep. But that comes into the contract though.
Yeah.
Like it should be all in all black and white. Like if you're not able to be on the field, make catches, we're not able to when the camera's on you and we don't see cleats. Like that's how we're making. I mean, we get you walking around with Nike sweatshirts. We get you, doing the dances on Instagram or whatever, and you're wearing Nikes. Cool, but you're a football player. We're expecting you to have on cleats. That's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it should be in black and white. So if he must have a reason, it's like, hey, y'all owe me whatever amount that it is, and we haven't come to an agreement. So I don't know. He's been injured though, so I don't. Maybe that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I'll say he can't. He can't do anything about that.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah. No, I think they need to. One, they need to give him his money, and then two, Nike needs to come up with some sort of plan. I mean, they're dealing with athletes, and things happen. And especially when you're dealing with injury, you're dealing with pregnancy, you're dealing with whatever it is, there should be some kind of like contingency plan where I don't know if they can make some sort of appearance or some sort of content creation, but there has to be some kind of like medium that they could meet at. And it sounds like Nike doesn't want to hold up their end of the bargain.
But again, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's CYA too. I mean, you got to cover yourself as a bit from a business standpoint. You got to look at Nike and say, all right. I mean, if he's not playing, maybe he's not able to do some different appearance type things. I mean, maybe he is, but I think it's kind of a hindsight thing of we trying to figure it out, so that way we have a Kyrie situation going on. Now this Odell Beckham Jr. situation is going on now. And there are so many other Nike scandals, from the apps to Ann's son to other things. Now you're like, all right, we got to figure out how to keep our name, these negative headlines out there. We got to figure out how to keep them away from the media.
Yeah,
but
that's going to be tough. Go ahead.
Even from the marketing standpoint, I know you can only dance on it for so long, but why not do something that's a part of his rehab process or something, to where he's wearing cleats or ortho or whatever it is during those clips? Like, I know it's drawn out to where now it's like, okay, how many videos like that can you do? But it's like, why aren't they catering more towards the rehab process or in the pregnancy part? Like, why aren't you catering more towards that situation?
A baby blanket, or some. Yeah, look, we
So
not in those round table. Nike, holler at us.
Right, definitely. Now we're gonna take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have our Hate It or Love It segment. Kick it off with our sneakers of the week. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City!
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it, message us, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
Starting off our sneakers of the week this week, we have the Air Jordan 1 High Lost and Found.
I love these sneakers. However, yes, anyone's Air Jordan 1s I'm with, especially in the Chicago black and red color, white, red and colorway. Yeah, I love them. The thing that I'm upset about is that I wasn't able to get them. Like,
oh really?
Yeah. Nike. So Nice Kicks put out like a message earlier, like last week or whatever, saying, hey, if you missed out on 20 or so Nike drops, then you'll be guaranteed to get these. And I'm like, that sounds kind of fishy. Yeah. You know, that lets me further know that they can control who gets these sneakers. Mm-hmm. Like, they know who's buying and who's buying their products and merch. So you mean tell me if I buy some $300 worth of shirts and I continue to do that, I'm more likely to be able to get sneakers. That's just what it tells me. So
yeah, no, it's definitely some algorithms behind that. But I don't know. These are decent. They're probably the best out the bunch this week too. So
I'd rock them. I don't think they're the best, but I'd rock them. The Reebok Answer DMX OG.
Whew, I remember when these dropped back in like 96, I think 96, 97. Yeah, these was it. They sell them at Dick's, so I might go have to go grab these.
I'll pass on these.
Yeah, these are a hard pass.
The Binberry Crocs Polex Sasquatch.
Love them. Let me get them.
Dumpster juice. Trash.
Yeah,
let me get them.
What do y'all like about
they're
these?
swim shoes?
Nah, like, these right here are. I mean, I like the mode of the mode of the Croc. They're all black, solid shoes.
No thanks.
You don't like them?
They look like the water shoes that you wear when you're going on like a rafting trip.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm officially voicing my Croc hate.
Hard pass.
Hater.
No,
Haters gonna hate.
No, hard pass.
Thank you, Q. My favorites this week, women's Nike Air Max 87.
He's nice. I like them.
That colorway goes crazy.
And these are probably the best shoes this week.
I like the poop browns.
Yeah,
the poop browns.
I
like the poop browns.
Yeah, those are.
Right.
These are the same.
Browns.
These are the same color as shiitake mushrooms. I like these.
Those are very tough. Very tough.
Yeah. Darius, friend of the show, wants us to talk about worst general release of the year. People couldn't log in for the draw. I will agree. So, you know, there's apps, the Nike sneakers app and the Foot Locker app. So I logged into the Nike sneakers app this morning. And I'm like, because you have to do a draw. It's not like you can just click on there and purchase and then wait in line or whatever. And sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. With this, you have to draw. Like it's enter the drawing. I'm like, come on, man. So I'm clicking, and it was like, it would let me click back. It would let me click everything else, but enter the draw. So finally, I was able to click on there and enter. Then it's never asked me to put in my password before. Like once I'm logged in, I'm logged in. All of a sudden, it's asking me for a password, and I swear to you, I'm putting in my correct password. And if you don't put in the right password, it pops up with a little message says forgot password. So I click forgot error. I'm like, man. So finally, around 9:30, I'm able to get in. Oh, sorry, you couldn't. And I saved the message.
That's
you couldn't get them. So
funny.
yeah, and I went to Foot Locker. Foot Locker was the same thing. So there was some something janky going on with these.
Sneaky. Now, Bills-Browns game moved to Detroit ahead of massive snowstorm. Hate it or love it.
Oh yeah.
I hate this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Category 4 hurricane going to Tampa, and of course it's coming back to the Chiefs. I know that's what people are saying. So Category 4 hurricane, and you mean to tell me that they thought about moving, but they didn't end up moving, and of course it didn't. God, thank you, Jesus, that nothing happened.
Yeah.
But they called this on Tuesday before the snowstorm came. Like, NFL's getting soft, man. They are. They really are.
I mean,
but the pictures now,
yeah,
the updated clips. Okay, are you playing in that?
Yes.
Cat.
What they do before? Like, this ain't the first time that it snowed in Buffalo. This ain't the first time that they've.
How many inches are they getting? Like, are they getting
I don't know.
like
feet?
I don't know.
Feet.
Oh, they're getting a couple of feet of snow.
Not inches anymore. It's feet.
Oh,
I don't care about none of that of what y'all talking about. All I know is NFL getting soft.
Steve just wanted to wake up and make the Chiefs a victim. Like, oh my!
I agree
God.
with what Ty put on the messenger. if you're tuning on 100.1 FM, remember you can interact with our show on Facebook Live and other social media platforms. But Ty put on there the messenger that Josh Allen, big Josh Trash, big bag Allen. So the NFL's doing whatever they can, I feel like, to make Josh Allen.
They are not.
Oh, of course they are. They're doing everything that they can to make Josh Allen.
Because I feel like they moved the Buffalo game before.
Oh, when?
They've moved a Buffalo game before, and especially
you got receipts.
I can look it up. Like, that's not.
We gotta have receipts in this day and age. Pull up the receipts.
Like we've seen a lot of games move due to weather, no matter if it's hurricane or snow. Like,
look,
or even field. Like, because we've seen, and they moved the Chiefs game when it was on a bad field, didn't they?
No, they just didn't go to Mexico City. Like, that's different. You're going over into another country.
Okay,
that's totally different. That's not playing.
So they were looking out for the Chiefs. You was trying to make the Chiefs a victim. But either way, yes, if there's a couple of feet of snow, you definitely don't want to risk, and especially the fan base coming there, because I mean, how many Britt Reeds are going to be out there?
I'm serious.
Drunk.
Look, I'm telling you that there's been other snowstorms, feet, whatever, inches, whatever. There's been other snowstorms that pop up Saturday night going into Sunday games, and they haven't been moved. That's all I'm saying. Just be fair.
I'm not
just
getting
be fair
in the snow, so
I mean now they're prepared. Now they're prepared, coming into the week. Instead of Steve, get out of here.
Nets are reportedly already frustrated with Ben Simmons. Hate it or love it.
I think they just need to go ahead and part ways.
Please.
The Nets are an organization right now that's had a lot of turmoil. And they just need to figure it's hard for them to figure it out, especially because the Kyrie situation, KD's now talking about he really doesn't want to be there. Body language shows it. And it's just, front office, it's not a good situation for anyone. And then Ben Simmons, he's going through some mental stuff, and I hope that he's able to overcome this. He was once a good player. Like, I just don't understand what it is. I don't know if it's the Kardashian theory that everyone has. I think that's a real thing. Like, I mean, you've had a number of players, going from Reggie Bush to Lamar Odom to Tristan Thompson, to guys that were good basketball players on to stardom, and it's kind of just wrecked their career.
I mean, yeah, that, and then you're not concentrating on basketball. You're concentrating on the bag and the show and all of that. So yeah, I get that, but I don't know. I don't know what Ben Simmons' problem is. I want
Kardashians.
I want teams to stop giving him deals. Like if he's really not excelling that much, like you saw what happened in Philly, now you're seeing what's happening in Brooklyn. Like, why is he still in the league? And I get he probably has a certain amount of talent and all of that, but I mean, isn't that replaceable?
And the media will kill you too. I mean, it happens. Like we've seen the Russell Westbrook. I think it's a lot of thinking when you're playing now. It's not just going out there having fun, playing basketball. He's thinking too much to me. He's thinking about, oh, if I miss this shot, am I gonna get clowned on whatever shade room or whatever room I'm gonna get clowned on? So, I feel like they've got to take a step back and figure it out.
Like, is Ben Simmons, has he really been that bad?
Yeah, he's been bad. He's been bad. I mean, he's been airball, and I get guys airball, but like he's been pretty bad. He's been really, and then it doesn't help that he set out when people felt like he was healthy to play. So.
Now, another one slipping. Giannis pushes ladder over after game in Philly. Let's see the video first.
Do it. Is he making it move the ladder? Dude, don't be a man. What the? What?
Did that just happen?
Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah, that so I mean, first of all, Giannis, you're not at your home gym.
Right.
Like you're in another city. Go home. These people want to go home. Like people I saw on social media, they were like, oh, he should be able to shoot free throws. He's a professional athlete. These people get paid. Man, you're not in your hometown.
Yeah.
You're not in Milwaukee. Come on, man.
Was this after the game?
This is after the game. He was upset, and wanted to go out there and shoot free throws.
Oh no, you go sit down. Go do that. Go do that on your own time.
Yeah.
You have a practice facility.
Exactly.
Go get on that PJ.
And these workers, that's their routine. Like right after the game, they go up on top of the goal and they take down the cameras from the top of the goal, the backboard. So Montrezl Harrell let him have it after he went and grabbed his basketball, took his ball, and said, they were got into a yelling match. Yeah, I took your ball. Montrezl Harrell was like, go home, get off my court.
Yeah,
I mean, as he should. Like Q said, it's not your court.
Yeah, and I mean, not only is it not your court, like, hey, ask the team, can you use their practice facility or something? Like these people is trying to go home, and ain't it a whole nother goal on the other side? Like that. Yeah.
And if it was me, if I'm the ladder worker, I'm finding a way to slide right on up under that ladder. She pushed that ladder over while I'm working. Oh, my head. I hit my head.
Nah, yeah. You gonna make up something to get that bag.
Yeah, he called me some kind of name or something. Like, I'm figuring it out.
he reignited my shin splints.
Yeah. And I get he told him to move, but like, man, I'm doing a job. Like your availability to be able to shoot was before game, during game, not after game.
Yeah.
Like that's it. You got to go.
Yeah.
Like you don't have like a little goal on the door in the locker room like that you could practice on.
The little Nerf ball with the Nerf ball.
Like what?
Man, go watch film, bro.
Yeah, and take them dirty socks off. Like what are you doing?
No. Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield partnered to create ear-shaped cannabis-infused edibles.
This is hilarious.
Hate it or love it.
I love it, man. And no matter what kind of animosity that they once had against each other, they're now coming together to be able to get some money together. So I think that's dope.
Nah, the bag was definitely deep there.
I wonder, so is it Does it say what kind of edibles they are? Like
It's a candy. I think it's called like ear candy.
Really?
And so I'm guessing it's some kind of like candy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if I would want to eat the ear though. I think that would
Why
be
not?
The visual for me. I think it throw me off a little bit.
Eat the ear. Eat the ear. I want to eat the ear.
You think they shaped it like the piece of the ear that he bit off?
It is. I believe it's shaped like that. It's shaped just like the ear.
That's the graphic for me.
That's funny. I'd still eat it. See what it tastes like.
Oh, ear eater.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I want to see what that edible does.
Now, Bettor confronts KC Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker after he loses nearly $100K parlay because Butker missed during Chiefs vs. Jaguars.
In the video, it's funny. Like, we don't have a video, but so he was basically Rick Butker was signing autographs. And Bettor came up and was like, "Hey, Harrison, you cost me $99,990 some odd dollars on a $5 bet because you missed the field goal." And Harrison was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe God didn't want you to win it." Yeah. It was so funny.
Yeah,
but it's Harrison ended up giving him $5. It's like, here, take your $5 back. So also the Bettor came with like a jersey, and he's like, "Hey, I want you to sign this jersey. And on that jersey, I cost you your winning bet of $100,000." So Harrison signed his name and threw the jersey at him. He's like, "No, I want you to put, I cost you $100,000. So Harrison, being a good sport, he ended up doing it. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Man, get out of my face. You ain't even talking about these other players in your parlay. Get out of here."
But in all seriousness, though, like that's kind of scary. Like if Ray Finkel, remember that? Laces out.
Finkel 9-horn.
Yeah. So, but and that wasn't, in betting, but still, it's kind of just one of those things. Now people are getting crazy to the point. What if Harrison Butker wasn't such a nice dude?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some players that it could have went left.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that foot probably isn't all the way healed, so he wasn't running away from that fight.
Exactly.
Now, Qatar chooses not to sell alcohol in or around all 8 World Cup stadiums. Hate it or love it.
Yeah, put your foot down.
But to this point, FIFA has a $75 million sponsorship deal with Budweiser. So why?
That just goes to show that money doesn't move everybody, and especially if they aren't getting any of it. Like, if 75 million and you come to my country and I don't get none of this, like, y'all better work on your bribery skills.
And another part of that deal was the fact that Qatar officials, they told FIFA, like, "Hey, you need to," because they were going to have like beer tents set up, and of course Budweiser's been a sponsor since like 1980, like 85 or 86 or whatever. So they knew before coming into this, like, hey, there's a possibility we may not be able to serve alcohol or serve beer. So they're still going to be able to serve Budweiser Zero, I believe, which is like alcohol-free beer or something, whatever they're calling it. So they're going to do that. And then in the I guess like the sections of like luxury suites, they're still going to be able to serve alcohol and those kind of drinks and things like that. So yeah, I think with this kind of money at stake, you should have been able to figure something out.
Yeah, you should have been, especially if you're trying to get them to go against their religious beliefs. Like,
yeah. And Qatar told him, like, hey, just move the tents. Like, move the tents to figure out a different placement where we don't see, like, we don't want it to be the forefront of the World Cup here in our country. Like, move the tents, and they didn't abide by those rules. So now we're banning it.
Yep.
Get caught with some alcohol if you want to.
Yeah.
We see what happened to Brittany Griner.
Hey.
Get caught with some alcohol at that stadium if you want to.
Look,
get right or get left.
You thought fat meat wasn't greasy.
Oh, it's greasy. Found that out as a kid.
Look, found that out real quick.
Yeah.
Miami Marlins becomes first U.S. sports franchise with a woman as president and general manager. Hate it or love it.
I love this.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Girl power.
Moving in a new direction.
Absolutely.
Especially for baseball, too.
Definitely. Son of NBA star Steph Curry, Cannon Curry, asked his father, Stephen, to sign a fan's basketball. Let's see what happened.
About this big-time win for the Golden State Warriors. That's their second in a row. As you see, Steph Curry says bye to the family there. Look at little Cannon hanging over. He's getting old. He's getting big. Look at that. Curry, it's his world. We're just living in it. About this big-time win for the Golden State Warriors. That's their...
He's like, who? This one? Go sign that ball, Dad. Go sign that ball.
For the kids.
Yeah, he did it. That's super dope.
I love it. E-Scooter Championship is an electric scooter racing series that's launching its debut season in 2022. Hate it or love it.
I love it. Let's go get on the scooters.
Let's check it out.
And now we see again, is there another passing opportunity coming the way of Matis Nerud? He knows that he needs to get to the front for the playoff.
Wow. E-scooters. Yeah, super dope. We appreciate everyone who joined in on today's show. Thank you for making us a part of your Saturday morning. Remember, like and love our show on all of social media platforms at the W Show KC. You can catch a rewind of our show 100.1 FM on the radio. Also, have a great Thanksgiving. Remember, hug and kiss your loved ones. Eat some turkey for me. We out of here till next week.
Peace.
The views and opinions expressed of the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.